Right folks, good morning, welcome back to the channel. Got some bad news for you. We have a problem. The bike's not running very well at the moment. I did my journey up to Hawes last week, 150 miles near enough, no issues whatsoever. Went to have some more rides on it. After that, maybe I can't remember when it was, Sunday, Monday, whenever, bike wouldn't start. So I just thought that's a bit bizarre, it's never had that issue before. So I've got a decent battery charger, like an Optimate system. Put it on charge, following morning, fully charged battery, fired it up, it started, no issues at all, excellent I thought. So got kitted up, ready to go out on bike, went into the garage, got the bike out, pushed the button, nada, nothing happened. So bloody hell. So that ride was cancelled unfortunately. So I put it back on charge, played around with it, checked all connectors on the battery, done the usual bits and bats to make sure everything's connected as it should be and as tight as it should be on the, you know, various connectors. Made sure there were no obvious leads that were loose or dangling. Nothing obvious, nothing apparent. Certainly not to me anyway. So a couple of days later, after charging the battery again, went to have a little ride out on it, went in the garage, totally dead. Although I say totally dead, the engine's turning, but it's just not turning sufficiently to fire it, and yet there seems to be sufficient power in the battery to have repeated attempts to try and get it started. So I was a bit of a loss, to be fair. So I went on the Husky 701 Facebook group, asked a few questions. A few people came back with the obvious solutions, those which had already tried. So I just thought, right, well, I'll ring the dealership where I got the bike from, which in my case is Dewsbury branch of Craig's Motorcycles, Dewsbury, West Yorkshire. Rang them, they couldn't get it in yesterday, but they've invited me to bring it down today for 1:30, which I'm doing. That's where I'm heading now. Not a very scenic route, so I apologise for that. It's not going to be like the Yorkshire Dales or anything, but I'm going to take it down there. It may even be that I need to leave it with them because I put the battery on charge this morning when it wouldn't start. Had it on charge for 2.5 hours, went to it, it said it was completely full, and it took me about a minute to get it going. It seems to be running alright, you know, I mean, I don't want to turn the engine off and God forbid what will happen if I stall it, but yeah, it seems to be running fine, it's responsive as normal, so I'm at a total loss. And I've no doubt that once I get it down there, even though the dealership's about 10 miles or so from where I live, it wouldn't surprise me if after turning the engine off it doesn't start when they come to ride it into their workshop. But anyway, I'll keep the cameras rolling for when I get down there and we'll see if that is indeed the case. So yeah, I might have to even leave the bike with them and come back home on the train and then pick it up. I think the obvious thing is they're going to try a new battery, which would make sense to eliminate that first off, but we shall see. So bear with us while I navigate this bizarre roundabout and we'll see if I get down there. I'm always wary on this roundabout because the lane splitting is a little bit weird, as all the lanes filter around the roundabout and go off in various directions. Right, I've survived. In fact, I'm in the wrong lane here, I should have been in the middle lane. This road takes me off on the M621 towards Leeds. So yeah, I always get in the wrong lane here. Well, I say always, often. Hopefully there won't be a car coming down me outside. No, looking good. So I shall just drift over. Yeah, so a bit disappointed. I mean, this bike has been absolutely infallible, as I've said during previous videos. I haven't had any issues with it whatsoever. Excuse me. No, I haven't had any issues with it whatsoever. But I know these things happen. I've had it with the car before where the battery is suddenly gone. But it is frustrating because it's so disruptive. So I'm going to take you down towards the beautiful delights of Batley in West Yorkshire, and then past the old Frontier Club, I don't think it isn't the Frontier any longer, but those of my age or a little bit younger will probably remember it. You might have even visited it in your youth. Right, I can go straight on in this middle lane, so let's do that. Wait for this red car, and we're good. Clear, clear, clear. It's a bit chilly today as well, I didn't mention that, did I? It's about 0 degrees, it might even be minus something, probably -1. Bloody cold. I did ask if I could just take the battery down, asked them just to check that, but they said no, get the bike down. Which makes sense, obviously, if it's not the battery. Saves farting around and messing around. I didn't bother with my heated clothing today either. I thought there's no point, I'm only doing a short distance, 10 miles or so. Although having said that, my fingertips are almost like blocks of ice, which just goes to show how efficient and effective those heated Gerbing gloves are. But hopefully I'll be there in 10-15 minutes. This is the joy of coming on the bike anyway, at least, or travelling on the bike. I can at least filter, because it's very busy obviously at this time of the year. Clear down the inside of that bus. Yeah, so much easier to commute on the bike. Yeah, so I was even wondering, just on the way over here, whether if it's not the battery, whether it could be some water in the fuel, but how that would have happened is beyond me. Let me come down here. Squeeze down the inside. Wouldn't normally do that. Yeah, I wouldn't normally do that, but traffic was stationary, wasn't going to go anywhere. Right, welcome to Bradford Road at Batley. The last leg of the journey, this. Some of you may be familiar with the bike shop that's going to come up on my left hand side shortly. I think it's, what's it called? Is it Gem Motorcycles? What's this parcel force wagon doing? No idea. I'm not sure he does either. Ah, yeah. Gem Speed Shop. It's changed a lot over the years, is that? Cafe in there and all sorts now. Oh, that pond's a bit frozen there. Good to see that dogs are on the leads. I don't want dogs falling through the ice. This road's usually busy, but it's exceptionally busy at the moment. It's quite often a bit of a bottleneck down here. I remember years ago actually, when I used to work for a company, coming to Fox's Biscuits. Where's this guy going? No idea. Let me get out of his way. He's backing in there on the opposite side of the road by the looks of it. Yeah, Fox's Biscuits I used to visit down here years ago. It's just over to my right, up a slope, up a hill. And they always used to give us loads of free samples, like broken biscuits in tins when we arrived. Bloody lovely it was. Come on, learner. Right, so we're just coming up to some more bike shops here. We've got Suzuki dealership, which is Paget's, and I believe, unless it's closed down, yeah, there's a Yamaha dealership there, Paget's, Suzuki. So, and there used to be a Kawasaki dealership. Alright, in fact that's here, just in front of me. Yeah, Kawasaki dealership, Autorama I think it's called, yes it is. And then Honda dealership there as well. Quite a few bike shops down here. God, that sun is terrible. See if I can carefully get past these. That sun is very low, it's almost silhouetting everything. You've got to be careful down here, very dodgy for driving. It seems to be every man for himself. Right, nearly into the centre of Dewsbury now, which is good. I can get my hands warmed up. Yeah, I'll see if I can give a demo when I get here, see if the bike will start after I've turned it off. Be interesting to see what that does. But yeah, if I do end up leaving the bike here, there's a railway station just up here, I can catch the train back. I've been known to ride past the entrance here to Craig's, so let's just keep my eyes peeled. Not this first one. I bet it's this one. Welcome to Craig's. Yamaha, KTM, Honda and Kawasaki. Right, stick it up here, out of sight from the road. And we'll see if it starts. It probably will now. But needless to say, if it does, that doesn't mean to say it's cured. So all the ignition lights are clearly on. Yeah, I started alright, but I expected it to. Right, let us go in. Alright, let's have a quick look at these bikes. KTM Dukes. What have we got? I'm not too familiar with some of these big sports bikey type things, like that one, first one. And then Super Adventure Craig's 1290 Super Duke. Is that little 125? Possibly. 390 KTM. And mine. Right, let's go in, see what they discover. Right.